What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to Behind the Ramble. And this is a Rivals watch along. Hope you're all doing very well. I am, of course, Jimmy. How bad were they last night, by the way, that blew half? Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless last night. So, in fact, can Hull do a job? I'm probably thinking not, but then you're looking at their record now. I've got it up on screen. Last 4 away results, 3 wins out of 4. Didn't realise Sunderland was still unbeaten at home. It's not looking good, is it? But it's a lot clearer today. We can cheer for Hull. We want a Hull victory, don't we, today? That will help us. That hopefully doesn't seal Sunderland in terms of keeping them out of the automatic promotion race, but it severely dents their chances. They'll have played a game more than us. They'll have 12 games left. They'll need to win 3 of those that we lose to catch us at that stage. So we're fully behind Hull today. Let's have a little look and see how the teams line up then. And I'm sure the teams will come on screen very shortly. But in goal, is that an unchanged lineup? That's an unchanged lineup from the Leeds game. Anthony Patterson in goal, who has to say, I like him as a keeper, but I have to say, he was partly at fault for Leeds coming back into the game. Look, Leeds were pushing and pushing and pushing. And maybe it's karma because Melier threw one in and got Sunderland a point earlier in the season. But Anthony Patterson was definitely involved as to why it didn't happen, why they didn't get a result last Monday. So Trey Hume at right back, I thought he had a very good game as well. Dan Ballard, Luke O'Nien and Dennis Sirkin complete the back 4. Dan Neal and Joe Bellingham in the middle. It'll be Patrick Roberts on the right, Chris Rigg in the 10, and Enzo Lafitte on the left. It's interesting that because I'd have thought they might have. But where do you fit? I suppose they've a lot of good players now, but Lafitte in the 10 is the one I think that they're going to try and squeeze. They've got to get him in there. But anyway, for this game, we're not bothered, are we? And Isidore up front. Isidore, the man that's been linked with Leeds United, which is absolutely ludicrous if you ask me. Looking at Hull, I'm not as familiar with their lineup, I'll be honest, but it looks like a back 4 with Louis Coyle, Jones, Hughes and McLaughlin. Sean McLaughlin. I don't know what Matazo is. We'll soon find out, but I think Matt Crooks will be in the 10. Joe Geldart may be on the right-hand side with Louis Barry on the left and Joseph up front. The new £2.5 million signing, I think he was, wasn't he? So let me know what you think. What you think to those teams. I think Hull have got a chance of giving them a game at least. Certainly on paper, they're not a bad side. They turned up to Bramall Lane and surprised a lot of people, didn't they? Including us. So we'll see how that goes today. We shall see. But thank you to everybody that's joining me today. Let's have a look at some of the comments to start us off. Afternoon, Jimmy, says David. Looking forward to another watch along, be it painting fences, tea, coffee or curry. Just wanted to send my best over in Canada. Over to Canada. Stay safe, pal. Just wanted to send my best to Chris over in Canada. Stay safe, pal. Up all the rambles, up the Blades. Like and subscribe. Please hit the like. Absolutely shout out to Chris, Mr. Vancouver. We're all thinking about you, pal. Hope you and everybody else over there as well. I've got an update for you, David. I've got an update for you on the curry last night. So, we're looking forward to it, weren't I? Obviously, we're not kicked off yet, so we can talk about this. I'm looking forward to it. For those that didn't join us on the Burnley Wendy's watch along last night, Mrs. Ramble was out on the town in Aubrey, and she was at a curry house, and she messaged me saying, "Oh, I might need a bit of extra brass, but do you fancy out?" Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I do. So we started talking about it on stream because that's what we're liking it. That's the game had gone. Burnley were 4-0 up or 3-0 up at that stage. We don't care about Wendy's anyway. So that were it. That were me sorted for me tea. Then I got a message about an hour later. Are you still awake? I'd come off stream, but yeah, I'm still awake. I'm waiting for my tea. She went, oops. She didn't bring me any tea home, did she? She didn't bring me any tea. So look, I'm going to use it. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to use it when I need it. Afternoon, Jimmy. How was the curry last night? Sorry, Nige. Will Hull give Sunderland a game today? I reckon they've got a lot to play for Hull. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. Let's have a look at where Hull are in the table because they have been struggling, haven't they? And if you listen to Connor in today's video, which has been released today, actually, nice cheeky little plug again. This is now out. How will it finish? Connor might fancy Hull to drop. Maybe Maybe. And thank you as well. I have to say, I don't know whether he's going to be in with us today or not, but thank you for all the lovely comments on this video by Man Mountain. Can the Blades beat Leeds? It's his tactical analysis and breakdown as to how both teams could and should and may be set up. And it's in all honesty, it's his first solo piece for the Ramble, like as a standalone video. So I really appreciate everybody's kind comments for him in terms of how well he's done, because he's absolutely fantastic. I know he talks a lot of sense. I give him some stick, but he does talk a lot of sense. And yeah, it's nice to see everybody. I love it when stuff like that and Ramble on the Road and things like that get some really nice comments, because it takes an awful lot. And George coming on and doing these watch-alongs is the same. Obviously, George's still away with Mrs. Motson, but these lads come on, and same as I was when I first came online, you're nervous and you don't really. I mean, Man Mountain's done it long enough now, but it's not a natural thing to do. And it takes a lot of bottle to come on and give your opinion and sort of put yourself out there. So I think when you enjoy the content that they put out, I think it's great that we've got some really nice, kind people in the comments that will let them know they've enjoyed it and that they appreciate their efforts. Because, like I say, it's not a natural thing for a lot of people. So thank you anyway. I know I'm rambling, but that's what we're doing it. What we predicted last night came to pass, says David. My unclean mates texted me to say they lost on purpose. I thought they would be. Wow, my missus would kill me if I hadn't brought anything back for her. I wouldn't ever hear the last of it. I'm saving it, Nige. I'm saving it, mate. Don't you worry. Can the whole team that turned up at the lane turn up now? Let's hope so, Scott. Let's hope so, pal. Anyway, right, we'll do a quick couple of checks. Can you hear me, TV? It's on now. You have to let me know whether you can hear it or not. Do not know. Does that game last night, by the way, make our game on Monday more of a must-win? I know it was a must-not-lose, really, but is it now a must-win? It doesn't end the season if we don't. I don't want to sort of build it up to be something that it's not. It's certainly a do-not-lose. Certainly a do-not-lose, because that moves it to 2 points, and we've still got to go to Turf Moor. So, and Burnley's goal difference, thanks to Plymouth being useless at that stage, and now Wendy's being useless, is loads better than ours. So we're going to look at Hull, weren't we, in terms of where they were in the table. Let's have a little look. So obviously Sunderland are in 4th place. Burnley have played a game more than them, but 6 points in front of them now. So Sunderland need this to stay in touch with the top 4, really. If Sunderland win, they move to 65 points. That's 5 behind us and 3 behind Burnley. Us and Leeds have obviously got a game then to play. If Sunderland lose, they stay 6 points away from Burnley in 3rd, 8 points away from us in 2nd at the moment. Okay. Yeah, Sunderland need a result today. They need a result. As for Hull, they sit 1 point above the relegation zone. A win for them could move them 4 points clear, with better goal difference than Cardiff and Derby around them. It's a big game for Hull as well, this, to be honest. They'll see it probably as a bit of a free hit. Just looking at the potential outcomes, do we think a draw might be good enough? Hull will likely take a point here because it doesn't move them up a spot, but it sort of puts a bit of a cushion there for them. Not by much, but it's a tough place to go. Sunderland, I don't think a draw is good enough. That moves them to 63 points. They're still 7 away from us and played a game more. 7 points away from 2nd and played a game more. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me know what you think. Tammy Abraham spelt wrong. Was the other player Leeds were said to be after on Ben HD? Thank you, David. Yes, it was. So that was Rasmus Højlund, Man United's new centre forward, newish, for 40 million. Tammy Abraham, former England player, been playing at Roma, I think, and Isidore, one of the best strikers in Championship this season, who Sunderland have just signed permanently, all linked with Leeds United. Absolute sickener, innit? Absolute sickener. We have a harder run of games compared to Burnley, says Scott. Yeah, you could argue that. That's fair to argue, isn't it? But I'm not so. I think last 10 games or so, you don't necessarily look just at form. You look at league position as well. So what you want in the last 10 games are teams like the Wendy's, not for us, because obviously it's arch rivals, but teams that are not really going to do anything for the rest of the season, teams that are on the beach. So although Burnley might have some teams to play that are lower down in the league or near the relegation zone, if they're in a fight, a little bit like Hull tonight, it's probably a little bit early for Hull to be desperate. But if this was being played 5 games from end of season, there's a real chance Hull get something from this game because they've something to fight for. So if Sunderland drop points, I think that's them out of the automatic contention. And we're down to 3, says Ian. Interesting. Oh, just me. I didn't think Burnley looked all that last night. I thought it's a good result, don't get me wrong. And obviously Wednesday just rolled over and had their bellies tickled, but particularly at first half, I thought Wendy's were a better team. Tom says, afternoon, Jimbo. Let's hope it's a draw or Hull win. Absolutely, pal. Tom, the Leeds fan, jumping in. Every man and his dog are linked with Leeds at the moment, mate. I know. And it's like you're already up into it. What are you, 4 points clear of second? 4 points clear. Interesting. Teams are out here anyway. And let's see if they line them up same as we did. Yeah, so Sunderland are that 4-2-3-1, the in formation at the minute, isn't it? Let's be right. Patterson in goal, Trey Hume, Ballard 09 and Sirkin as a back four, like we said. Dan Neil and Bellingham in the middle. Roberts, Rigg and Lafie. So Roberts on the right wing, Lafie on the left, Rigg in the 10 and Isidore up top. Yeah, thought so. Hull are lining up exactly the same, 4-2-3-1. Sean McLaughlin at left back, I'm not so sure about, but he's against Patrick Roberts, who will cut inside. So Coyle, Hughes, Jones and McLaughlin at the back. Matazzo and Alzati as the holding. I like them together, I like Alzati. Louis Barry left, Joe Geldart right, Matt Crooks in the 10 and Kyle Joseph up front. Decent that. Not a bad front four either. Can Geldart do a job for his parent club on loan from Leeds? We shall see. Come on, Tigers. Come on. All the teams we're playing are teams chasing top 6 or avoiding relegation, minus Stoke. Oh, Stoke is only 6 points clear at relegation place, that minute, Scott. I think that ref is Max Lowe's dad. Yeah, he looks like him, doesn't he, Sarah? I thought same. Yeah, did you see him? I did. He looked very much like him. David says, if, and it's a big if, Burnley play like they did last night at the back, I'm confident we can get a result. I agree, David. I didn't think they looked convincing at all at the back. I thought he looked very good. Marcus Edwards, very good indeed, but that were a really weak right-hand side. Here we go. Team huddle for Sunderland. Get some 3 points like fishy on a dishy. Regis Labrie. Good manager, although I did not understand his subs against Leeds, I'll be honest. Bringing Isidore off. Ruben Sellers, Hull manager, started well for him. It's now saying 4 wins in 13 championship games as Hull head coach. Drawn 3 and lost 6. Well, one of those wins was at Bramall Lane. Won 3 of the last 4 away from home. Right, just about to kick off. Looks like Hull are going to start us off. As I'm watching it, they're shooting right to left. Daniel Mann and Lee Hendry are your commentators. We're off. Hull kickers off. Right. Oh, come on, Hull. Could really do what you're doing us a favour today. Sunderland are a tough outfit. And we shouldn't necessarily be relying on other teams. But whoever says they don't count, you know, it don't matter what other teams do. Of course it does. Of course it does, because that directly affects what we have to do. Lovely crossfield ball out to Patrick Roberts. McLaughlin wins it just. Scooped clear by Hull. It's out for a throw, right-hand side to Sunderland. David says, how on earth did Hull get a Champions League player from Monaco? Which one's that? Tom says, Jim, do you think the result last night changes how Wilder approaches the game Monday night? I am more confident that he will go for it now. I don't know if it changes anything, Tom, but I'm more confident that he'll go for it. I think we'll be 4-2-3-1 now. Because I think we have to, not we have to win, but it's a much bigger game now. Matazo. All right. Is he? Bloody hell. Is he a Monaco boy? Lafay into the box. Shot. Chris Rigg is cleared. No, they ain't, Jimmy. I'm watching it with sound down. Andrew's voice is like chalk on a blackboard, says David. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I'm looking forward to some more 09 shenanigans. I like him, me, Sarah. I like him. I know he's a bit of a plays up to the camera, but I think he's decent. Can we put Isidore in our team Monday wearing your dad's wig? It's Jay. Yeah, let's hope so, pal. Be nice, wouldn't it? That's not a wig, by the way. It's his real hair. High press from Sunderland here along Hull's back line. And they just about nearly won it back there. Alzate. Louis Coyle. Sunderland are pressing him really well here. Hull were slightly panicky in possession, but managed to wriggle away. Morning, Jim, says Ev. Morning, afternoon. I mean, a draw's a really good result for us, isn't it, as well? Long ball forward from Hull. 09 nods it back. It eventually gets rolled back to Patterson. Passes it out wide to Sirkin. Oh, no, it's 09. There you go, you see. Oh, it's a poor stray pass in the middle. Oh, and Hull could have been through there. Didn't realise we had the Wendy's so soon already. Nervous, says Ev. I won't be nervous. I won't be nervous. They looked all right first 40 minutes or so, didn't they? I think Stuart Armstrong's been a good signing for them. Bannon's obviously back fit. So they'll have all their big hitters out, but they're not a good side, are they? They've just got done 4-0. Could all unravel if we get a couple of early goals. With a bit of luck. Knock that off. Sunderland now coming out with the ball. Oh, it's going to be a corner. Matazo. Afternoon, Jim, says Dublin Blades. Still in work, so can't hear your words of wisdom. Roast beef, Yorkshire pudding, carrots, pies, mashed gravy made from juice of the meat. How'd your curry go last night? Mate, you've obviously just joined, but short corner from Sunderland. Patrick Roberts cuts inside as per, lays it across the box. But it's blocked. Yeah, mate. Curry did not happen. Did not happen. Unbelievable. Afternoon, Jimmy. Is Jordy not joining in today? Can we get a time check, please? Up all the rambles, up the blades, like and subscribe. We're on 5 minutes and 34, 35, 36. Here come Hull. And it's a poor pass from Matazo. Here they come now, Sunderland. Bellingham sizes up to shoot. Dummies. Shoots again. It's blocked. Away come Hull. Yes, nice. He's on his own, though, against two defenders. Has to go back. Kyle Joseph, I think it is. Decent. Terrible side, top manager. But what role can do with Max Lowe? What can role do with Max Lowe at centre-back? Absolutely. That's true. Geno says, Leeds United fan here. Just subscribe, mate. Thank you, pal. You deserve it for putting up with Connor. Have you subscribed here or have you subscribed over at Blades Ramble? If it's both, you're an absolute superstar. But thank you anyway. I appreciate that, Geno. And yeah, I do deserve it for putting up with Connor. You're right. I will if you beat us on Monday. Oh, my word. Just finished watching the league prediction video. Top class and great banter, says Luke. Yeah, that's out now. For those that aren't sure of what Luke's talking about, that is this with Connor. So how will it finish? It's me and Connor doing a late league prediction as how we think everybody's going to finish now. I think it's a really, yeah, I enjoyed doing it. Hull not shying away from keeping a decent bit of possession here. You'd have thought Sunderland at home would try and press the game a little bit more, but Hull have tended to control the ball, even if Sunderland have looked the more dangerous. Long ball forward now, which is always a risk, and it's out of play for a Sunderland throw. Bang on sync here now, says Paul. That's 7 minutes and 37, 38, 39. Nice one, Paolo. Is it just me, or does anyone else see it? The name Max Lowe. Max Slow. Yeah, did you say it fast? Oh, lovely turn. Lovely turn from Isidore. He's got a bit of space now. A little bit heavy pass for Roberts, who has to use his right foot. Shouts for handball. It ricocheted off the arm. It definitely did, but it's not going to be a pen, that. Matazo has just been robbed of possession because he tried dribbling out of his own area. Ridiculous. Here is Sunderland again now on edge. That Matazo might be okay, but his decision-making hasn't been the best so far. Lefay gets tackled, drowned out, to be fair. 2 players on him. Oh, why? Hull, get rid. And now, boom. Downhill. Downfield, I mean. Here comes Sunderland again. Wins second ball and coming for the second wave. Magic says, Leeds fan here, what's your prediction for Monday night? 1-0 Blades. 1-0. I'll let you decide whether I believe it or it's just in hope. Cross into the box. Oh, Roberts is penalised, the attacker. Not sure about that, to be fair. Scott says, without seeing the video, my bet is Connor putting Leeds first and Sunderland second. You'll have to watch it, pal. You'll have to watch it and see. Sarah's 30 seconds behind. Yeah, arms are by his side. It's just showing the penalty claim again for Sunderland. It definitely hits the arm, but it's way by his side. McLaughlin. Can anybody remember Craig McLaughlin from Neighbours? And if so, get the name of his most famous hit in the chat. Matt Crooks. No, ex-Borough player, which will be interesting against the Sunderland. Decent, actually. Obviously played for Rotherham. That's where most people from our end might know him. Good player, Matt Crooks. Scored against us, obviously. Been playing in America, I think. Matazo just answered my question. 1-0 either way for me, or a low-scoring draw. I wish I was confident, says Magic. Oh, here we go. Trey Hume on the attack. Crossed low, and he's robbed on the edge of the box. Thank God, Bellingham. Oh, and here we go. Hull on the attack. 3-on-2-ish. Yes. Crooks. Oh, Crooks, what you doing? Kyle Joseph. Decent chance for Hull, that breakaway. Decent breakaway. AJR back again. Nice to see you, pal. Afternoon, all. Rona. Close, Steve, but no cigar. Hey, Mona. Ooh, Mona. Oh, here come Hull again. Here come Hull. Well done, Tom, by the way. And it's cleared by Sunderland. Tell me, Mona, what you gonna do? Build a house next door to you. Can I see you sometime? We can go dancing through the night. Whatever it said. I don't know what the words were, but catchy as. Dave the Nose, he really knows. Afternoon to the hardest working man on YouTube. That's me. That's me right there. Need to get myself back on to get last night's dream out of my head. Anything planned for tomorrow? Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Nothing planned currently, Dave the Nose. If you have any suggestions, mate. And now you've mentioned the dream, haven't you? So I've got to quote at least some of the dream to the chat, just so that they're not left out of the conversation. Got a message from Dave the Nose this morning. I must be missing rambling. I had a dream in the night that I was trying to join a live. My laptop bracket was having a right nightmare, and it was all going wrong whilst live. Yourself and Man Mountain were on, as was Jord. One of the Ramblers had a different Rambler had his own intro song, but was dressed in drag. Proper random. That is random. That is random. I love that you're dreaming about the Ramble, Dave the Nose. It shows you haven't been on. It's been too long since you've been on, even though you did join us for 3 Mardy Blades this week, didn't you? Just watch Top of the Pops clip from 35 years ago. There you go. There you go. You closed your eyes, didn't you? You thought Craig McLaughlin were in room. Mona, correct, David, correct. Hull look dangerous, says AJR, talking about football for some reason. Unbelievable. Sarah's laughing at, I think, probably at Dave the Nose, who really knows. Hull now, bringing, I tell you what, it's a little bit like last night, this. Not quite as, you know, the underdogs surprising everybody, but Hull are well in this game here. Coming with ball down right-hand side now. Matt Crooks, the curly head, Peter Crouch. Sunderland back to a decent press, which is pushing Hull back a little bit. And they go right back now, centre half. But it's a crossfield ball to Louis Barry, who can't control it. And Sunderland recover it. Oh, and they've pressed well. Marzipan's taking the ball inside. Joseph goes behind his man, but Hull keep possession. Oh, edge of the box. Hull shot. Saved by Mr. Petson. Nice. Nice. Just put a bet on a Sunderland win, AJR, and then it's what you call a saver bet, innit? So if they win, you'll get a little bit of something. If they don't, then you're happy. 14 minutes and 34, 35, 36. Dave the Nose, if you want to jump on now, you can, you know. It's up to you, mate. Can I see you sometime? We can go dancing through the line. What does that mean? Were they actually the words? We can go dancing through the line. Oh, it's poor. That's poor from McLaughlin. Under pressure. Is it McLaughlin? No, it's Charlie Hughes. Under pressure. Gives away the corner. Oh, no need, really. Could have got away with. Rob Holding would have sorted that out. Come on, Joffy. That's Joe Geldart, for those that don't know, says AJR. Yeah. Can he do a job for his parent club? And the Blades by proxy. Corner from Patrick Roberts. Left-footed in swinger. Comes in then. towards far post. It's punched away, or it's attempted to be. It's kind of headed away. I'm on French toast duty, so you'll have to imagine me, mate. Has there ever been a more pretentious comment on the Ramble? I'm on French toast duty. It's not what we're about, pal. It's not what we're about. Maury says, hey up, Jimmy and fellow Ramblers. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Come on, Hull. Maury, who's just become a platinum Rambler. What an absolute legend. Doing some good stuff over on TikTok if you want to give him a follow. Welcome, pal. Welcome to Behind the Ramble. Come on, Hull. Doing all right, to be fair. Stinks of a Sunderland 1-0, doesn't it, already? This is the view from the mountain, where the heart's so pure it's astounding. Man mountain, strong and true. What a man, what a view. Sarah says, tell your Mona what you're gonna do. Build a house next door to you. Can I see you sometime? Is that a corner ball to Hull? What is the next line, Sarah? Don't Google it. Just tell me what you think. I think it's We Can Go Dancing Through the Line, but I don't think it makes sense. Dave the Nose says, most importantly, how was the curry? Right. You can tell you've joined late, Dave, which is unacceptable from a man of your standards. But having said that, you are on French toast duty. Smell the French toast. I'll tell you in a minute, because there's a corner here. Okay. Corner in. On your post, goal! Goal for Hull City! You're getting mauled by the Tigers. Mauled by the Tigers. You're getting mauled by the Tigers. Mauled by the Tiger. Oh, dear. Oh, no, pet. What's happening to your leg? Oh, no. No, man. Oh, no, mate. I can't take it, man. I can't take it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Getting lovely corner right on top of Petterson, Mr. Petterson, who can't do anything about it. It's just a lovely little flick on at the near post. Oh, I tell you what, it's an own goal, you know. It's an own goal from old Paddy Rob on front post. Patrick Roberts takes it out of the hands of Patterson, who tries to claim it above his head. He's like trying to flick it away, and it just goes through Patterson's hands. Oh, my goodness me. That is appalling. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mr. Patterson. Clip that. Ian's laughing. Patterson looks shaky at corners. That's bad keeping, says AJR. Yes, Sunderland losing. Come on, Hull. Come on. Get that Sunderland away. And this is out of respect to Sunderland, by the way, because I really rate them as a dangerous side. So there's a long, long way to go yet, over 70 minutes. Here they come already. Bang. Oh, I thought it was going to be a lobbed clearance. So let's get back to serious matters at hand. Oh, hang on. Here comes Sunderland. Sarah says, come on, let's just watch this Sunderland attack, because it is kind of what we're here for. I am interested in hearing the Craig McLaughlin news, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, Hull retained possession. I'd have gone down there, to be honest. I'll throw to Sunderland. Can we go kissing through the blind? When you come out in front, listen to my heart and go bumpity bump. I remember that bumpity bump bit. Need you, baby, and that's no lie. Need you, baby, and that's no lie. Without your love, I'd surely die. I don't get that. We can go kissing through the blind. Somebody's guessed that. And I know you've Googled it, but I'm not sure about that. Kissing through the blind. More importantly, how was the curry? Mate. Didn't happen. She messaged me about an hour later saying, are you still awake? I was like, am I awake? I'm waiting for my tea. And I got an oops back. I'm still hurt about it, mate. I don't know if I can talk about it, if I'm honest. So while you're making French toast, pal, if you want to put some on for me. Paul, good evening. Good evening. That's what I'm used to saying. Afternoon, pal. Rugby player in goal. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Luke says, sounds like I'm listening to Alf Wieders and Pet. I know. Well, that's what it's like. I was trying to put you in the position of a Sunderland fan. How fishy on a dishy and all that. It's just me go-to. I said the same for Newcastle. Don't know the difference between. Between Geordie's and Mackham's accent. Hull nearly got through there. Sarah says, Mr. Buckley's out golfing. Going to text him the score. He'll be over the moon. Nice one. Nice one. I'm sure he'll love that. It's the Regan Slater thumbnail, says Ian. He loves it. Ian's got a theory, for those that aren't aware. That's a free kick to Hull. Yeah. Well done. Well done, Tigers. Send him off. Send him off, ref. Ian's got a theory, for those that aren't familiar, that whenever I put an ex-Sheffield United player on the thumbnail, that team does really well. I'd been doing it. I think I put Regan Slater on for the Hull game when we played Hull. And I'd been doing it for every Sheffield United game. And it didn't see, Ian picked up on it. It didn't go well when I had a former Blade on the thumbnail. Well, now I've put him on against Sunderland. Just for, so you can see what I'm talking about. So that was the thumbnail today. And it looks like he's doing the business, doesn't it? Fingers crossed anyway. Long way to go. Long way to go. Here come Hull again. No mugs. No mugs this Hull City side. Louis Barry now. Barry. You can't sound that threatening when you call Barry, can you? Louis Coyle in near post. It's got to be a corner, surely. Yes, corner. Even that header was going in before Patterson. Miss Patterson. Money. What we on about, Maury? What we on about, pal? So I'm not going to get a bag of Tudor crisps after this game. Dear me. We were linked with Patterson at one point. Not fit to lace Cooper's boots. I like him, as a keeper. Obviously, last couple of games, he's had a couple of shocking moments. But I think as a keeper overall, he's been very good. He's been hang on. Hull corner again. Oh, it's the bar! The corner directly hit the bar. And it's been cleared away by Sunderland. But he's long been linked as Sunderland's number 2, hasn't he? As Liverpool's number 2. That were Joffy, as they like to call him in Leeds. Joe Geldart whipped in. I tell you what, it didn't hit the bar. It looked like it. Oh, it did. It did. It was either bar or a decent save online. Either way, they've managed to scramble it away. Correct, Raymond. Ian. Matty, my boy. Formerly known as Matthew. Changed his name to Matty so he can be a little bit more. It doesn't blend in with the 300 Matthews that often join us here. Thank you, pal, for becoming a member. Part of the BTR crew that we need to rename because I named it in a hurry. But you'll now, along with our Ramblers over on the Blades Ramble channel, you will have access to that WhatsApp group. So thank you very much for your support, pal. Very much appreciate it. Dave the Nose says, don't worry, one of my best friends is a divorce lawyer. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I may well need that, I'm afraid, after last night's shenanigans. Matty says, please don't keep making too many more channels. I'll be broke if you do. Only kidding. Love all the content as always. We're not. There's no plans to make any third channel or anything like that. Although it was suggested today that me and Connor make a joint Yorkshire channel. That's not happening. Don't worry. That's not happening. But I do want to continue. I think we both want to continue working with each other. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. And thank you again for the support, pal. Mr. Petterson, like Mez for Leeds, is a confidence player. Yeah, and Millie is confident at the moment, to be fair. Here comes Sunderland again. 25 minutes gone and 5, 6, 7. Trey Hume crosses it in and it's cleared. Come on, Hull. What have you got about you now to start showing what you're about? Daft that from Matt Crooks gives away a daft free kick against Luke 09. Sunderland free kick, left-hand side, probably about 35 yards out. About joining Platinum Ramblers Patreon, it's well worth the money. Oh, top man. Thank you, Maury. Appreciate that. Everybody's circumstances are different, aren't they? But I appreciate your support, mate. So Mrs. Ramble took your money and forgot your tea when you thought it was imminent. That's shocking. Keep that in mind, Jimmy. I will keep it in mind. I think she wanted me to send her some brass so she could like buy what she wanted at the curry house. But she also asked if I wanted some, which I did, as you know, because you were there. Here it comes. Sunderland free kick, deep from the left. Goal. Flags up. Flags up. Flags up. Flags up. Woo! Offside. Poor defending from Hull, that, to be honest. Luke 09. I tell you what, that's amateur. That's amateur from Sunderland because they're all offside. There's 4 of them in a row, and 3 of them are offside as the free kick comes in. It's daft because they've scored a perfectly good goal. If he'd have held his run, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Everton 1, Man U 0. It's not Illiman, is it? Old Illy. We love that boy. Lee says, is the new name for the BTR crew the Backdoor Ramblers? No, Lee. Come on, we're better than this. AJ says, lol, I can only wonder the amount of time, if you did do a channel with Connor, how long it would be till the boxing match. No comment. Because look, don't get me wrong, I'd back myself, but I think he trains a lot, doesn't he? I'd be lying if I said I did. Cardiff winning at Plymouth. Thank you, Ian. That's interesting. That kind of throws my predictions video. cheap. Another plug for this one. How will it finish? That kind of throws my prediction there into a bit of disarray. But we'll see. Sunderland will be on the floor after the Leeds defeat, says Andy. Let's hope so, pal. Let's hope so. 2 losses on the bounce would be ideal, wouldn't it, for us? Ideal. They can see across the line. Yeah, I know they can. There were no excuse for it, David, were there? They were looking directly at who was there. It were balmy. Illiman's done his knee. Oh, that's no good, Joe. That's no good. Beto, the man that they were desperate to sell at end at window, who seems to keep turning up for him again and again. He'll end up signing a new deal now, won't he? How do, Jimmy Ladd, says Pixie. What's the Sunderland score? It is Sunderland 0, Hull 1. 28 minutes gone and 13, 14, 15 on the clock. Here comes Joffy again. Oh, he does well on right-hand side. Gelhardt. He's a lefty, though, isn't he? So he has to come back. Crossed in by Louis Coyle. Sunderland get it clear. He's out seriously injured. Medial ligament, I think. Oh, that's a shame. He's going to be special, isn't he, that boy? We saw it firsthand. My grandson is at the Plymouth game. I hope Plymouth do all right. I don't know why. I just quite like the new manager. I always think a team that's had Rooney in dugout has been hard done by. I thought that just finished the prediction video. Cheers, Ian. Come on, Hull, get in. Absolutely right. They think Sunderland are out of the race. If they lose this, says Joe, they'll be on the floor, especially if we win Monday night. The gap would be 11 to us and 10 to Leeds. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, with 12 to go as well. Mind, they're just saying Sunderland have won 17 points from losing positions this season. So, long way to go. Less than half an hour played. I bet Mad Mistake bloke will be fuming. Bless him, he's a top bloke. Yeah, we've had him on, haven't we? We've had him on the Ramble. Top lad. Glad we don't have to play him again, to be honest, because they're a good side, Sunderland. Oh, Joseph's chasing through ball and he smashes into Miss Petterson. And he's gonna pretend he's hurt, so he's gone down holding his chest. But he's a big, stocky lad. It's just a little bit of early time wasting, I think. Am I back? I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Joseph's down. It was his own doing, to be honest. I mean, Patterson turns his shoulder. It's not a foul. It's never been a foul. And funnily enough, he's up and he's fine. Patson doing a Jeremy bagel. You're back. Thank you, Pixie. I don't know where I went. I don't. I'll press pause. Anyway, we're back. We're 8. Louis Coyle. I'm not joking. We've got 31 minutes on the clock, and he's taking his boot off, and he's putting his boot back on while he sat just on the pitch. Housery of the highest regard. Love it. Love it when it's not against us. Absolutely love it. Oh, in terms of I pressed the space bar thinking I had AJ laughing, stopped it. Thinking you stopped it. I know. On the comments on the Ramble rundown, I think it was, I was playing music along the back, and a couple of people have commented, and I thank you for this because it's all about, we talk about it all the time. It's all about feedback and how we can get better at stuff. Usually on my Ramble rundowns, it's just one opposition fan talking to camera, so I have a little bit of low background music in the back. But this time it was me and Connor talking, weren't it? So I were in two minds as to whether to put music on in the background. The only reason I tried it was because the audio was separate, because Connor recorded it. It wasn't my usual setup. It was a much more professional setup, to be honest. Connor recorded it. Hang on, Sunderland on attack. Bellingham on edge, or approaching edge. And now they're being forced back here by Hull. Well done. Oh, it's a lovely little inside ball, though. Hume, it's out of play. Thank God for that. So it was very tinny, and it took me ages to try and clean up the sound on it. In fact, Connor had to help me out with it. We're doing that. So it still wasn't 100% right. And if you've seen the predictions video, which is out now, that has not got any music in the background, and you'll probably see that it's not really the same audio quality that I usually have. And that's down to me. That's not Connor's fault at all. It's just the way we're set up. So we'll try something else next time, because there will be a next time, I'm sure. But yeah, just trying things. But my main point was I appreciate the feedback. So I've read the comments on the music in the background, and it don't work for more people than it does, I think. So there we go. Scott says the fall of Man United is just funny, isn't it? 15th in the league, 12th clear of the relegation zone. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? How to unravel a monstrous football club, a gigantic football club. Oh, nice. Ex-Leeds players at it again. Did Coyle play for Leeds? Oh. Nearly a nice little through ball there for Hull. Joe, is this a wind-up? Is this a wind-up, or have you just joined? Ian says, don't mention the curry. Don't mention it, Joe. Don't mention it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wowzers. Tell your Mona what you're gonna do. Build a house next door to you. Can I see you sometime? We can go dancing through the line. It's definitely not kissing through the blinds. Not having it. As it stands, Hull, yeah, doing really well, pulling themselves away a little bit. Played a game less than Derby and Plymouth, and 3 points clear of them in 21st place. Yeah, music made it hard to hear, said Swaggy. That's fair dues, pal. Fair dues. Appreciate the feedback. Yeah, I did a long time ago and came through the academy. All right, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Interesting. Thank you, mate. Everyone 2-0 up. Or Everton 2-0 up. Well, that is everyone 2-0 up, isn't it, Rye, to be fair? Oh, you well, Rye? Let me know how the business is going, pal. I know you're trying to get things set up. Shh, don't mention the war. Curry. Don't mention the curry. Oh, Louis Barry. Oh, they've done well to sign Louis Barry, but you can see he's a little bit raw at this level at the minute. How was the curry last night? Says, right, I'm not answering you. You put a laughing emoji so you know exactly what you're doing. You're on the wind up. In the future, for these watch-alongs, do you think you'd be able to have the scoreline on screen? If so if people are popping in and out, they can see that what the score is straight away. Matty, yes, it's something I am working on. Apologies if you haven't heard me talk about it before, but here comes Pat Roberts. Twisting and turning and gets the ball nicked off him. Thank the Lord. Oh, McLaughlin. Oh, it was Hughes, actually. Twisting and turning, doing well. Yes, it's something I'm working on. It's a different bit of software. Oh, Louis Barry's down. That doesn't look good for him, does it? Music was a bit distracting, says Ian. Unbelievable. I'm only kidding. Stupid Google. Sarah, definitely not kissing through the blind. Alex Crook's not happy. Just tweeted. Terrible goalkeeper, terrible centre-back, terrible team. Hashtag MUFC. Oh, Louis Barry. Can I see you sometime? We can go dancing. No, it don't look good for Louis. Louis. Going off. I take just on evidence from seeing him today, and it's a small sample size. He wouldn't have really impacted us, I don't think. Ben Burton Diaz is a better signing. So he's getting treated now as we speak. No, he's walking off, though. He might be all right. He might be okay. Quite like Sunderland's staff get up with the green. I quite like a green jacket, like a sage green. Oh, he's tried a little run down the line off the field, and he's not happy. Don't look comfortable. Yeah, physio's saying no chance. Can't wait for the Mark Goldbridge raging clips. He'll be one that we're collabing with next year, hopefully. Let's get him on the ramble. I do remember the song, though. It was 1990. I was about 6. Me too. Me too, Sarah. I was 6 in 1990. Before my time, that song says AJR. Coming in like the cocky young man he is. Hull, you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Swiggy? I say something and then I completely forget what I've said. Oh, yeah, Louis Barry is not comfortable at all. He's limping. He's got his arm round staff member. He's done. He's done. Right, apologies. I'm one of those ones who typically pops in and out, so I hadn't heard you talk about it before. By the way, are you more concerned about Burnley now after scoring 4? Not after scoring 4, because they were against some really poor opposition. But I'm concerned that they'll have got confidence from scoring 4 in that game. Here come Hull. Oh, nice. Okay. Free kick to Hull. In and around centre circle. Lincoln's coming on. Matazzo looks down injured now. But yeah, I think Burnley are obviously very close to us now. Moore was -3 in 1990. No need. Don't you just love it when booing starts as fans think it's time wasting, but if your team are doing it, it's beautiful. I know. Did I say Sunderland staff jacket? Yes. Sorry, mate. I did mean Hull. Yeah, it's the Hull staff jacket that I like. Yeah, Lincoln. Just Lincoln. Brazilian coming on for Louis Barry. I love Brazilian. Like, there's been all sorts of names, aren't there? Fred and Hulk. Brazilians have just got the best names. This is Lincoln. Not Dave Lincoln. Not Lincoln Robinson. Lincoln. Oh. Hull with a decent little pass into the box, but it's cleared by Sunderland. Recycled, but Sunderland pick up the second ball. High press, but it's an offside call against Hull. Kakatu, yeah, that's right. Kakatu. Isidore, and he's out. Mark Goldridge is doing a speaking tour. He's playing in Dublin soon. What's the point? If I wanted to hear a lunatic ranting, I wouldn't do the dishes at home. Boom. Love that. Cheers, Dublin Blade. Brightening my day. This is good game so far, though, isn't it? Good result anyway. People were asking as well, what is that music that's playing both on the Ramble at the beginning, Behind the Ramble at the beginning, the new intro song for Behind the Ramble, and when we go off, but it's also the same song that's playing in the background of the video with Connor, and probably I will use it for little bits like that in the future. It's Matilda Shakes again. Heebie Jeebies, it's called. New single coming soon, hopefully. And it's class. See that shot from Isidore go past the window in Jim? Lincoln's first name's Ford. There you go. We'll call him Ford if you want, Dave. He's here, look. Long ball upfield. Oh. Sirkin. Sirkin should have been winning that, really. Hull now upfield. Matt Crooks on the right-hand side for Hull. It's going to be a throw deep in Sunderland's half. On the right-hand side. Afternoon, Jimmy, says Nick Cook. Wendy's didn't help us last night, did they? They were useless, mate. Absolutely. They were good for 40 minutes. And then they just crumbled, didn't they? Hull now, right-hand side. Ball comes into the box. Oh, it's cleared by Sunderland. Not convincingly, though, and it's out for another throw. No, they didn't, pal. They didn't help us at all. But Hull are doing us a favour now, aren't they? Ian says Goldbridge is quite calm. I think he just resigned himself that they are rubbish. Yeah, absolutely. Ball comes into the box. It's cleared. Tried to be put back in by Hull, but it's hoofed away by Sunderland. Wasn't there a guy from Walsall called Junior back in the 2000s? Junior. Maybe. Right back to the Hull back line. Oh, I'll tell you what, the sun's coming through them doors. We're on 43 minutes and 37, 38, 39. Come on, a lovely little second goal would be nice. From the Tigers. Free kick to Sunderland after a foul on Roberts. Whom was Brazilian? maybe. How is it Hull in the bottom three and are turning over the top team, says Nick? I don't know. They're playing all right here as well, pal. They're playing okay. Sunderland now with ball, but in their own half, playing it along their back line. It's a free kick. That's a cheap free kick to give away. It's not in a dangerous area per se, but in fact, they're carrying on because Sunderland retain possession. Into the Hull half now then. Left-hand side. Sirkin goes on the underlap. Dan Neal inside now. Hull can't get it away. We're just about to hit 45 minutes in the next 8 seconds or so. Yeah, it cleared for a corner. Had to be done. Fair dues. 6 minutes added time. 6 minutes added. We've now passed. We're into injury time now. Corner from Roberts. Oh! It's cleared. It's cleared just about. Sunderland have it on edge at box though. Chipped into the box, headed away. That weren't far away. That I'd have to see that again, to be honest. No, that's not a Sunderland free kick. It's a yellow card as well. Oh, he's getting me a yellow card. Yeah, so it ended up, it looks like a double punch from keeper away because it's curling in again. No, Ballard was steaming in for an header. He's missed the header and it's sort of landed on the keeper's hands as he's looking to pat it away. Weren't convincing at all. Enzo Lafina with free kick. Deep on the right. Probably about 25 yards front byline. Maybe 30. Crossed in. Nice cross. Oh, scramble. Ballard with a cushion header back to the keeper. Good positioning from keeper. Ballard's got to do better there. But yeah, Sunderland are picking up now. Let's get to halftime. Paul says, OBS Studio for live and overlays, scoring time. It's pretty easy to use when you get used to it. Mate, that's exactly what I'm going for. I don't know how to use it at the minute. And I can't see any tutorials that make it straightforward. But yes, I would love to be able to get that going. It wouldn't work that well for guests, I don't think. But because that's your next point into it. But for these solo streams, I could make it look really nice, couldn't I? I'm into my aesthetics. People might not like this sort of thing that I do, but I think it looks nice. I think it looks neat and tidy. So yes, I would love to be able to do it. If you know how to do it, pal, or you've got to, appreciate it. For those that aren't aware, PN UK helps creators on YouTube and sort of guides, has guides and training and stuff like that, and also showcases it as part of his own platform to help people. So, Paul, if you've got any training, mate, that you can send my way for OBS and how to get up and running, I'd love to be up and running with a proper timer and a score. Sunderland aren't playing anywhere near as good as they did against Leeds, says Swiggy. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's fair to say. They've picked up a little bit now. It's Roberts on right-hand side. Going to cut in on his left, of course. Swings it in, but it's cleared with the head. Oh, they're claiming for a pen there where Isidore wanted to make out like he got pulled down. Sirkin crossed in. It's headed clear by Hull. Sirkin with a deflected shot out for a corner. Wowzers. Nipper says, I think it might be between you and Burnley now, Jimmy. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. There's just enough the same gap between us and Burnley as there is between us and Leeds. If the score stays this way, I can't see you turning us over, to be honest. We'll see, Nip. We'll see. Are you going to Bramall Lane? You'll have to let me know if you're going to be there. Might be meeting Connor beforehand for a little pre-match fight. It's not a fight, I'm going to get in. Corner then. Left foot out swinger this time. Headed down. But Sunderland can't react and it's gone out. It's a goal kick. Oh, dearie me. They're turning the screw a little bit, aren't they? Maury says, regarding last night's game, I thought it was Burnley v the champions of the Championship because they beat Plymouth 4-0 on the opening day. Absolutely right, Maury. They'd won the league, hadn't they, after the first day? So Burnley did really well to turn a team of that calibre over, I have to say. Pettersson is useless, nowhere near Cooper, Trafford and Johansson. I don't think he's useless, Harry. I think he's going through a really bad patch. And I think it was pointed out earlier, might have been AJ that pointed out, he's a confidence player, isn't he? As a lot of goalkeepers are. And Jeremy Beadle is the best goalie in the league. I know. Watch out, Beadle's about. Watch out, Beadle's about. I'll do a video on how to. Thank you, pal. Don't do it just for me, obviously, but it is something that I've searched for ages because it's been something I've been really keen to get involved in. I think it really ups the quality of the watch-alongs if you've got the score and the timer on. But I just could not see a clear video on how to do it properly. And obviously, as you know, I'm self-taught. So, top man PN UK says Ian. He's a top man, he's Paul. Solomon missing for Leeds on Monday. Is he though, Ev? I know Farker said he's a doubt because he hasn't trained all week. It'd be good news, however, they can just put Nonto there. They can put Nonto or Ramazani there. I think if they're going to miss someone, it's a winger that they can afford to miss the most, even though he's a very good player. Get me a ticket, Jimmy. It's going to be a massive sellout. It'll be wall to wall, won't it? It'll be Ramazani on the left. Dev says Swiggy. Yeah, that's right. James says Patterson coming out flapping against Leeds and missed it and was at fault for their second. Yeah, he was. He's had a couple of poor games on him, let's be honest. I still think he's a decent keeper, but he's not covered himself in glory, has he, the last couple of games. We're now at 53 seconds of the 50th minute. 56, 57, 58, 59. You got to call it, ref. You got to call it. That's 6 minutes. Half time. 1-0 to the Tigers. That'll do us fine. Okay. Here's a question for Blades and Leeds fans in the room. And any Burnley fans that may be here with us as well. If I offered you a point now, would you take it? If I say to you, Sunderland are going to score, but it's going to finish 1-1, would you take it, or are you going to risk whatever result this ends up being? Kyle says, alongside Harrison Burrows, I think that Sirkin is the best left back in the league. I agree. He is second only to Harrison Burrows. Well said, Kyle. What streaming software do you use, Jim? I use something called StreamYard, James. I use StreamYard for my streams, and only StreamYard, but you can push it to different platforms, you see. So this is currently on, obviously, YouTube, but it's also being streamed on my X platform where we've got 193 people. It's also on Facebook as well, but don't tell me the numbers for Facebook. I'd take a point if Wilder goes 5 at the back. I mean, in this game, James, in this game today, Hull and Sunderland, would you take a point in the game? Absolutely take a point, says Morey. Yeah, me too. Me too. My little Gustavo's getting brave, actually watching the game today. Nice. Take a point means they've dropped 2, says Ian. I would too. Yes, as a Leeds fan, says Swiggy. Take the point, says Sarah. All day, says Kyle. Me too. I have these conversations with my dad all the time, like when an half unexpected result comes up and you think, would we risk it for a biscuit? And he might turn around to me and say, no, I want Hull to take all 3 off them. And I think they can because they're playing well enough. But you've got to be happy with a point here, haven't you? Crooks with a screamer against us. He's giving the ball away too much. Looks slow and lazy. He didn't do much against us, did he? Other than score a really good goal. AJ, take it. 1-1. Yes, take a point, says Dublin Blade. Then go 6 points clear after we beat QPR. So does that mean we're... All right, okay. Matilda Shakes have only got 82 subs. What the flip? We need to sort that out, don't we? We need to sort that out. They are the boys. Support local. From the bottom of your heart, Jimmy, no bull. Give me Monday's scoreline. 1-0 Sheffield United. 1-0 Sheffield United. Have you thought about linking it to Twitch? No, I have, Kyle, but only because Jamie Dumpling brought this up. I have got no idea what I'm doing with stuff like that. I've never been on Twitch in my life. I know it's supposed to be a similar platform to YouTube. So I'm very happy to consider it because it's very dangerous to, particularly now it's my full-time gig, it's very dangerous to have all your eggs in one basket. Excuse me. So if our YouTube channel got taken down for whatever reason, it might even be a mistake at YouTube's end, I can't make any money. I can't, I'm done. So, right. But if I'm on multiple platforms and I've got the chance to potentially make income from other avenues, then yeah, it spreads the risk, doesn't it? So yes, I would be interested in Twitch, long story short. Yep, take a point, says Ray. Matty, our latest BTR crewman, top member, good lad. I think we'll draw against Leeds, probably 1-1, but I have a feeling we'll beat Burnley 1-0. Interesting. Oh, it's going to be some game in it that at Turf Moor. Not looking forward to it, but it could be a barnstormer, couldn't it? Can you imagine if we go there and turn them over to seal automatic promotion? Oh, maybe even the title from you Leeds boys and girls. Love it. Right, somebody needs to help me because I've opened up my DMs on Instagram. And this is just a place where I can be completely honest with you, isn't it? But I've opened up my DMs on Instagram so that anyone can get in touch with me. Because obviously we talk a little bit on this channel about if people are struggling or anything like that, we want to be a place where people are comfortable sending a message or have somewhere to reach out to. So that's first and foremost. It's also a place, because it's a business page technically, where I can talk to brands or ex-players or whatever it might be about coming on the channel. Because I've opened it up so anybody can contact me, I cannot stop getting these filthy messages being sent. I delete them every day. I get put in random groups from people all over the world sending me, let's just say, very dodgy messages. How do I stop that? How do I block these people when they're coming from all different places? So, and I don't look on those sort of sites for, it's not like the algorithm or anything. It's people directly sending and putting me in groups of people, just random, help me, because it's just a nightmare, to be fair. Right, where were we? Same, Matty says, Sarah, so she thinks we might beat Burnley and draw against Leeds. Paul says, OBS Studio to StreamYard, then multi-stream is all good. Yeah, I know that's how you do it, isn't it? But it's because I'm adding that extra layer, Paul. I need to be comfortable with OBS as well, and I'm not at the minute. And I know I'm well aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you'll know and I don't, but I think it looks a lot more daunting than it is. So once I do get my head around it, then I'll be fine. Matty says you can stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. There's no reason not to, really, unless you have a contract with one of them. No, I know I can, and I probably will. I probably will do that if I can get something set up. Jamie Dumpling offered to set me up on Twitch, so we'll get something sorted, I'm sure. Can't you set to only people you follow? Yeah, you can, I'm sure. You must be able to do that. But I want it to be an open platform where people, if they don't necessarily follow me and they want to chat about something, or they want to collaborate or something like that, but I suppose they could then ask to follow me first, couldn't they? And I can just accept it. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. In fact, that's what I will do. Sarah's laughing at my predicament. I know. Imagine if Mr. Buckley were in that situation and you see it pop up on his phone. He's done nothing wrong, and then there's a notification that says, "Oh, well, I won't read it out to you." It'd be in bother, wouldn't it? I don't want to get in bother with Mrs. Ramble. I've done no wrong. Yeah, if you stream through Streamlabs, you can link them all together easily, pal. I used to stream FIFA. Oh, right, okay. I've just paid my annual subscription for StreamYard. But I'm definitely up for looking at different platforms, definitely. No problem with that. Jimmy, I run this ice hockey channel. It says Hockey Fights UK. Cheap plug there, nice. Same issue on Instagram DMs. Never look at anything like that, and I get these non-stop. No way to stop it, unfortunately. Up the blades. I'm sorry that you're getting it, but I'm happy I'm not. It's not an isolated thing, and there's someone to corroborate that it's not because I'm a filthy boy. Do you know what I mean? Ev says, bit random, Jim, but who do you think is the best fans that have came to the lane this season? For me, it's Portsmouth, and I've only just missed one QPR. I thought Portsmouth were really good, really good. Who else did I think were good? I thought Oxford were good. I'm useless at remembering stuff like this, but I remember being impressed by Portsmouth. Being a Leeds supporter for 55 years, says Kelv. Just subscribe. Love the interaction with you and Connor. Oh, thank you, pal. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're both enjoying making content together. The thing is, it's natural, isn't it? It fits with our channel because nothing's forced. We don't plan anything beforehand. It drives Connor mad because he likes to have a little bit more structure than I do. But I don't want to know what he's going to say. I don't want to know, like, have questions set out for each other or anything like that. I want to just have an open, honest conversation. And there's a chance that bombs sometimes, isn't it? It might not be an entertaining conversation, but it's real. And that's what we are. We're just fans. We're not experts. We're just fans talking about football. And I think that's what resonates with people. So thank you for that. And I think it works because we produce similar types of content, I think, in a different way. But Plymouth away fans were good. Yes, Plymouth were good as well, Ian. Plymouth were good and turned out in the numbers as well. Pompey was loud at home and away. I've been to away. I've been to his derby at Pride Park. Yeah, because more you go away quite a bit, don't you, as well? Going to be picking up a ramble on the road for us, I'm sure, at some point, won't you, pal? I know you were interested in looking at that. I have a list of ice hockey channels. I'll add you. Nice one, Paul. Nice one. Adding Hockey Fights UK. I would suggest anybody that's streaming or growing or trying to get a presence on YouTube in any way to get in touch with Paul at PN UK, because he's helped me significantly and continues to help me out but with advice and just stuff that you don't even think of. So, yeah, absolutely right. Thank you, Paul, for that. Can you imagine we go up and you don't? You're going to lose half your subscribers. Hi ho, it's back to work I go. Good, Nipper, off you go. Lol, only messing Jimmy lad. I know, pal. Imagine if we go up and you don't. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be brilliant. That would be brilliant. I tell you. Right, I'm going to change that actually, Paul, while I'm talking to you. I'm not bothered about Victoria on live cams. We're not interested, are we? Going to get me in so much bother. I don't know how to do it. We'll have to do it later. But absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I do if I can get them through ballots. They sell out quite quick. Well, we're Sheffield United, aren't we? If I can get Oxford away though in the ballot, I'll message you. But I'm interested in doing us against Preston at home. I think George's down for that, Maury. But we'll talk about it, pal. We'll get you to a game, no problem. Never thought of that. I can imagine, Jimmy. I know, Ian, me too. Jimmy, I get them all the time. Last two were so funny. One was from someone saying she has seen my profile picture and can get in touch before her boyfriend gets home. Two was, have I seen your Tinder? I block. No, I could block, but it's not individual people, David. It's like a random link to a dodgy site, like a over 18 site, shall we say? But I'll sort it. Thank you for this. Is just where I work out all my issues, isn't it? Live on stream with 300 odd people. Blades have only been allocated the same that we gave Wendy's. I think it's around 2,000, which is annoying but fair. Okay. Pompey home and away fans were excellent. They will stay up, says David. Yes, they were excellent. They were excellent. Hope you're well, Jimmy. I am. Thank you, Carl. I hope you are too, pal. I hope you are. Thank you for joining us over here. This channel is growing really nicely. You know, we're on 1,115 subscribers already. He's here, is Paul. You see, sorting me out already. Thank you, mate. Oh my word. Account settings. Account privacy. Okay. Right. Are we back? Not quite. Paul says, love the content with you and Connor. I used to hate Leeds, but now I only dislike them intensely. Do you know what, Paul? I'm not changing my stance, but I am softening a little bit to the fan base in itself. Carl doing us a solid by saying, smash the like, peeps. Thank you, mate. Connor says, just a reminder that Leeds are massive. I'm going to wipe the floor with you on Monday, Jimmy. Excited to see you in a Leeds shirt. Somebody save this comment from my boy Connor Stanley. Not to be confused with Conor McGilligan, who is two different people. Message requests, others on Instagram. Neil Warnock interviewing Pep. That'll be interesting. Thoughts on Neil Warnock, Blades? Never been a Blade. Yeah, we'll have to organise something. You got my number, let us know. Any free home slots available? Yeah, there will be, pal. There will be. Maury's clipped it. That's what I like to see. Connor's all right for a Leeds fan. Yeah, agreed. For a Leeds fan. Hey, Jimmy, only just been on. Been shopping with the wife. Looking good so far. Does it take Sunderland out of it? If it stays like this, it's going to be very, very difficult for him, isn't it? Very, very difficult for him to get back in. Connor on his channel said only players will get in the current Leeds team are Hamer and Cooper. Well, I don't think he's released all the content, but we do on his channel. We do a renewed combined 11 And that's not what he says on there. So it depends what channel he releases it on, David. If he releases it on One Leeds, then it'll be significantly pro Leeds. If he releases it on Conor McGilligan channel, all's fair in love and war. And yeah, let's talk about the 50-50 chances of Sheffield United players coming into this side and blah, blah, blah. Please like and subscribe. Unbelievable. Multiple on the roads. Get 10 done a game. I've got to edit these, Paul. I've got to edit these. So let's just stay calm. David says, one came through click here to see my before. I blocked her. I said, I can look out my window to see a cat for free. Then dearie me. Colin's never been a Blade, says Ian. I agree. I've watched that Pep interview with Warner. It was all right. All right, okay. Fair dues. Fair dues. I can't get on board with him, but that's because I'm too pro Wilder, I think. And they don't get on, do they? Give over, lads. Us Leeds fans give Jimmy note but love and money. Lol, Nip, that's fair. You super chatted me previously, haven't you? I appreciate it, pal. Warnock is a pilgrim, always has been. Yeah, that's probably fair as well. Plymouth boy, innit? Oh, we're back underway at the Stadium of Light. Connor's hilarious. Now, somebody pulled us up for this. I think Jord mentioned that he's bipolar, meaning it completely in jest. But obviously, when you're on the internet and you say comments like that, they can be taken in the wrong way. So just to clarify, when you're saying that, Connor, and I know the intent isn't to upset anybody, but what you mean is it displays two completely different personalities, doesn't it? And I got criticised for not pulling Jordan up on that when he said it. And Jord felt terrible about saying it afterwards. And it certainly wasn't meant in any way, like your comment in Con either. So hopefully nobody's offended by any of that, because it's, please take it in with the intent it's meant for, because he does have like one persona for one channel and another for another. And it's a conscious decision. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Editor incoming. I know, mate. I know. Well, I need to grow a little bit first. Mundle on. Oh, Mundle on. Yeah, I'm glad David keeps up with the changes. Here comes Hull again. Kyle Joseph, and it's blocked. Oh. Ballard looks like he got hit in the unmentionables. Alzate. Oh, it's just wider than near post. Ooh. Connor says there's a lot of people who don't like Connor in the online space. Usually Joe Wayman's viewers. It's strange how there seems to be some needle between the two communities now. There shouldn't be, should there? There shouldn't be, should there? People try and create beef between us and Sheffield United way as well. I don't get it, in all honesty. I could get it if it were like TV programs in old days where you could only watch one or the other at the same time. But we're like on-demand content, aren't we? So you can watch Connor, then you can watch Joe, or you can watch me, then you can watch Sheffield United way. You might like one more than other. You can choose whichever one you want to watch. It doesn't have to be anybody against anybody else. And there's so much room in the creator space. And I think Leeds fans particularly prove that, because there's so many Leeds channels. There's loads. I could probably think of about, see, Dan Ballard's gone down injured now, and Chris Mepham's coming off bench. So it's a real good like-for-like replacement if he has to come on. But on that point, there must be 10, at least 10, probably loads more Leeds creators. And I've probably seen them all. And if they do a good job and I enjoy the content, I'll watch them, even though I'm a fan of Connor. You know, and I work with Connor, and he's probably one of the biggest ones you've got. I like the square ball. I went to school at square ball, lads. Michael Normanton. So he were a mate of mine growing up. He didn't know about Leeds then. He still don't now. Joking, mate. So yeah, there's no need for any of this needle. I don't get it, Con. I don't get it, mate. Don't get it at all. Warnock is a Leeds fan, Borough fan, Rotherham, and a Plymouth fan, says Maury. He is. They're all the best clubs he's ever managed, and Cardiff, and Crystal Palace, and the rest of them. I think Sunderland will turn it around this half, to be honest. Come on, Nip. Let's not think like that. I warmed to Warnock after meeting him in the boozer at Frickley Athletic. He's loud but very warm and down to earth. He's one of them, Sarah, that I think if you actually sat down and met him, you'd really like him. So, yeah, I'm judging him without properly meeting him. James says, I like Connor. He's like a puppy that keeps misbehaving. That's one word for him. I thought just Joe and Connor got on. Yeah, as far as I know, they may well do. It's just Connor saying there's a needle between the two communities and that Joe's audience has a pop at Connor. I don't know anything about it. It's not for me to get involved, is it? Ballard has lost his ballards. Barnsley winning at Rotherham in one of the most low-key local derbies in South Yorkshire ever, really. Nobody's talked about it that I'm aware of because both teams are in such poor form. It's a shame, isn't it, really? Because that should be a game that the region's really been up for. Apologies to the Leeds fans in the chat, but no mates anymore, though. Says Paul. I think you've got to look after your own interests, haven't you? That's the first and foremost. But it doesn't have to be at the expense of anybody else, does it? It just doesn't have to. Do you think Sunderland can still win now? They can. Yeah, of course they can. They're good enough, Sam. Of course they are. I don't want to count them out, but I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping Hull get another. David says the content between yourself and Connor is superb, and he has got me on his side. Not a lot though. Leaflet gone off. Lafee has gone off with his hamstring injury. So that's why Mundell's on. Interesting. Okay, I think that's good though. That's good. It's not good that he's got a hamstring injury. I never want to wish an injury on a player, but it weakens Sunderland to have probably one of their best players off. Or I would say the best player, but a lot of people like Joe Bellingham, don't they? Cleared by Sunderland. Cleared by Hull. Throw to Sunderland on right-hand side. Maury says, I like watching Blades Ramble and Sheffield United Way. Support the Blades. All great creators. Hate rivalries between channels. There you go. There you go. I love popping by the streams. You're so likable. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. I wish you was a Leeds content creator because when we get promoted and you bottle promotion, might not watch us. I love the honesty. I love the honesty that we get. Brilliant. Brilliant. Warnock is also a massive Adelta Rapt fan. Yes, he is. Yeah. Has he told you that story about Adelta Rapt where he told everybody else not to defend and Rapt, everybody else to defend and just pass it to Rapt? Yeah, we've heard it. We've heard it. Lol, to be fair, that's a fair comment about a square ball. Out of all the Leeds media, they're the best ones up for a laugh. Yeah, the good lads from my experience. I don't watch a lot of the content, if I'm honest, because it's quite detailed in terms of Leeds. I would rather, as a rival fan, I prefer the banter element of it and where I can sort of like counter the emotional side of stuff. So when Connor's coming on saying that they're a bigger club than Rangers and all this sort of thing, I'll remember that. I'll remember that and I'll use it. But yeah, square ball are quite sensible from my memory. But as I say, I'm mates with Michael Normanton. Shame he supports your boys. Leeds United, The View. Jer has got 60,000 subs. He's spot on. Don't know much about Jer, to be honest. I've not spoken to him before. But they are impressive numbers. It's a fan base that really gets behind the creators, isn't it? So fair play to him. Mogga says, few more streams a week, and this is officially Blades TV. Well done, Jimbo. Thank you, Mogga. Appreciate it, pal. Hope you're good. Dublin Blade says, few things to say about Uncle Col, but it's a PG channel. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the self-censoring. Brian says, afternoon, Jimmy and fellow Blades. I had a few interactions with Warnock via Captain Blade, and he was never pleasant in any form of them, unlike Dave Bassett, who was a top bloke. There you go. People have different experiences, don't they? So 52 minutes and 37, 38, 39. It's getting a bit interesting, isn't it, this? Because the longer it goes on... Oh, they're just showing Hull's average positions. Everybody's in their own half apart from Kyle Joseph. Sunderland now on right-hand side. I have to go backwards. It's all right. Captain Blade made the connection. My brain thinks he walks around the house in that outfit. Brian knows Captain Blade. Paul, I don't know if you know the connection. Mundell now. Or Sirkin, deep cross. Hume strikes it, but it ricochets off Lincoln. Who's got the ball now? And tries to come away with it, but Sunderland, no, can't control it, and it's out of play for a Hull throw. Interesting. Cardiff red card might come to your prediction rescue. Thank you, Ian. Who's got sent off for Cardiff? Bro, can you sing? Can I? No, I can't, mate. No, I can. My brother can. My brother's a good singer. He won't come on here and sing but no, I like to sing, but I cannot sing, Sam. That's probably the fairest way to say it. If I had to pick Warner or Chris Wilder to go out drinking with, definitely be Chris Wilder. I reckon he'd be a right bloke. I agree. But I'm a Wilder fanboy, Anna. He only wears the head at home, nothing else, which is quite disturbing, says Bry. Are you at the game on Monday, Jimmy, or doing a watch along? I'm at the game, pal. I'm at the game. I'm meeting Connor beforehand, and then I'm down to Triple Point to meet Alt Ramblers like we normally do because they are our pre-match sponsor. And then, yeah, I'll be at the game. Gutas, red card. Interesting. Phil Warner could bore me to death. I think Warner could be good company, I have to say. I think they're both quite likable. It's just I don't believe Warnock when he says he's a blade through and through and all this sort of stuff. Whereas I believe Wilder. Well, obviously. Another clearance by Hull. Can they get control of it in middle? Not really. Yes, Alzati brings it under control now, finally. Good high press from Sunderland again. Matazapan, couldn't get through, loses possession. Nice little bit of play by Sunderland to come free. And it's collected by the keeper. What happened to Carl Rushworth at Hull? I know he's been recalled. He couldn't get in, could he? I don't think it were an injury, from what I understand. Sarah's going to have nightmares tonight about Captain Blade. Hey, if Mr. Buckley comes on with Captain Blade head on, you would love it. You would love it after his round of golf. Got to keep things exciting. Harry says, hey up, Jimmy. How are you doing, buddy? I'm all right, thank you, mate. How are you? Damn, no reactions when we score 4 to watch back. That's a shame, says Connor. You're unbelievable, pal. You're unbelievable. What I was saying was, both me and Connor are at the game separately. I don't think Connor's doing a watch along from the game. I might be wrong, he might be. People were asking if we're going to get some content out. I won't want to do content with him if he's won, if you've won. He won't want to do content with me if we've won. I think the best hope of us putting some content out on Monday night, probably straight after the game, would be a draw. So we'll see. Oh, here comes Sunderland, right-hand side, crossed into the box. Oh, you've got to score. Isidore, you've got to score. It's a free header, and he misses the target completely. Isidore comes away from his man. You've got to. Yeah, even Leandri's saying you've got to hit the target. Wowzers. Any updates on the Christian guy from Botdiv Ploddiv? Oh, Chris. Nothing yet. Don't know anything. I'll try and find out, actually, because it's been a while since we've had an update into it. Matty says, do you think Campbell or Cannon will start against Leeds? I think it'd be Campbell. Just because of Cannon walking around in a boot, I think it'll be Campbell. I'm really hoping Gus is fit as well. Bryce says, I used to work with someone who went to school with Warnock, and he told me Warnock never went to the lane as he was playing football himself, so not a blade at all. Now, I don't always buy into that, Bry. I don't always buy into that. Some people can't get to the lane for different reasons. So, my goodness me. It's getting a little bit dicey, this game. Still half an hour to go. If we do lose, I'll be there. I'll be here on Tuesday's stream to eat some humble pie, though. Don't worry. I'll make sure you are, Connor. I'll remember. You've been clipped up by Maury anyway now, so we'll see. My favourite Warnock piece was during the United documentary when he's ranting about 3 points. Absolutely, it's a goal kick to Hull. Then told Cos, look, you've got to be good to wear them, because he replied, shall I take them off then? Yeah, because he's wearing some coloured boots, isn't he? Bloody hell, Cos, you've got to be good to wear them. Well, shall I take them off then? You've got to flipping die to get 3 points. Take the positives out of that, then. Good, thank you, mate. Sunderland playing well. I've seen the absolute howler from Mr. Patterson. Yeah, they've really come back into it, to be fair. Second half. I mean, Hull deserved the lead in first half. But it is Sunderland coming in strong now. You think Burnley are going to start kicking on now? I hope not, Louis. I hope not, mate. They could do. They could do, because a poor team like Wendy's letting them get 4 goals last night builds their confidence, doesn't it? He said, oh, Jesus. I know, mate. Chris has arrived at Shirecliff this week. Oh, nice. Thank you, Ian. Oh, that landed on roof at net from Patrick Roberts. Oh, don't know how Dull got on against 191, but they've taken a point off second best team in this league, Leeds, and number 1 team in the league, then Blades, because they do have some decent players. I agree, they do. They do. Clicks. Looks like Sunderland are dropping out of the race for the second with you and Burnley, Jim. Look, there's a few points there. First, there's half an hour to play. They could easily get 2 goals in the next half an hour. Secondly, they might be in second place race with you, my old pal, come Monday night. So we'll see. See you Monday evening. Why are you trying tricks and flicks, Lincoln? You Hull. Yeah, I missed it, Maury, as well. That Chris is at Shirecliff. My mate saw Hamer this morning and he said he's fully fit and ready to go. I'm hearing similar noises, actually. Matt, I'm hearing similar noises, that it's a lot more rosy than it was this time last week. Go on, Danny, son, get it bath. You make me feel sick looking at you. Danny Cadamachi. He's working at United now, isn't he? I'm not watching the game. Got the cricket on and don't turn over in case I jinx it. Don't put it on, Ian. Don't put it on. Yeah. Danny Hall reported it. Fair dues. Fair dues. Danny Hall, main man now at Sheffield Star. Nick Cook, you're an absolute legend. Thank you, mate. Sending us channel donations. Incredible, mate. Thank you. Sunderland free kick gets cleared. Come on then, Lincoln. What you got? Oh, nice. Nice ball down the right-hand side. Huller away here. Nice little ball inside. Oh, it's well saved by Mr. Patterson. Matt Crook scores a back heeler. But the flag is up. The flag is up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How many goals do you think Leeds will win by? -1. It'll be 1-0 Blades. Masters, hi again. Jimmy, Leeds fan here. Disappointed with the Owls last night. Come on, the Tigers. Absolutely right. Let's see if this is an offside then. So he's onside when ball's originally played. Onside. Onside. Yes, he's just off. He's just off. Oh, my word. Well done, Nick, says David. Absolutely right. You're all very generous, David. You're another one as well. It's very generous. Thank you. Isidore not having the best of games. 62 minutes and 44. Thank you, Paul. I know you're doing some work in the background for us here. I'll get on that as soon as the stream finishes. What's your score prediction for Monday? Would you be happy with a draw, or do you think a win is needed? I'm honestly happy as long as we get something. Really want to win. No too many Leeds fans. I don't think we need a win, but I think it's now heavily favoured into. Obviously, we want to win whatever happens, but before, if Burnley had not won last night, I'd have happily taken a point. Now I'm not so happy taking a point. But again, it's going to be one of the toughest games of the season, isn't it? Wow. Oh, wow. Why was the offside? I know. Goal, but offside. Says AJ. Aye. Just stop someone else claiming it. Yeah, I appreciate that, pal. Plymouth 1-1. Thank you, Ian. I don't know why either. I don't know why I'm happy about that. I shouldn't really have an affinity to Plymouth, I suppose. Although David's one of our top ramblers, isn't he? And he's a Plymouth blade. Here comes Sunderland again. Hume with a deep cross. Well cleared by Coyle. Can Sunderland recycle it through Mundell? He's a good player. It's crossed in by Sirkin, and it's claimed by the keeper. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting finish to this, isn't it? I mean, we've still got a decent way to go. 64 minutes and 43, 44, 45. Just seen a few more nice comments come in for Mr. Mountain for his video on Can the Blades Beat Leeds. He does some tactical analysis for us. That was all his idea. It's his first solo video on the Ramble. Thank you to everybody that gives him some positive feedback on that, because it's not, you know, it's a daunting thing to come and do on your own for the first time. So thank you. Appreciate everybody's positive comments for him. Let's have a look. Nick says, just a quick refereeing decision. Refereeing question. A mate says refs can't ref games from the same city they are from or surrounding areas. So how did Chris Kavanagh from Manchester ref us against Man City last season? I don't know, pal. I don't know the official rules with regards to that. Unless he's declared his, because you spot. I know you cross into the box. Can Hull get it clear? Yes, they can. They have to declare which team they support, which all refs do, and then they can't ref a team that's involved with their team in any way or directly corresponds to their team. So if he's a Man City fan, or in this case, if he's a Man U fan, he shouldn't be reffing a Man City game. He shouldn't be reffing a cup game, all that sort of stuff that might affect Man United in any way. I like Plymouth only because they sold us the best keeper in England for 2 million quid, says Maury. Yes, that's another great reason to like Plymouth, isn't it? Who's the second biggest team in Yorkshire behind Leeds? Bait. That's bait. But you know, it's Sheffield United. How have Sunderland been playing, Jimmy? Math, they have been the better team in this half. They are turning the screw now, definitely. It's going to be a case of whether it's going to be a Sunderland corner now. Geldart deflects it. It's going to be a case of whether Hull can hold them out. What a man, what a view. Absolutely right, Maury. Another corner then. Patrick Roberts with a left-footed in-swinger coming up. Chris Mepham's in the box now. High corner. And it's deep and it's headed away by Hull. Out for a throw, which goes backwards for Sunderland. But these refs blown to stop it because there's some subs coming on. Kyle Joseph off, and I assume Matt Crooks will come off as well. Yeah, Matt Crooks and Kyle Joseph off. João Pedro and Puerta are coming on. Never heard of Puerta. And it's not the João Pedro that we're thinking of. Or it might be, depending. Excuse me, Cornish Blade. Apologies, David. But Plymouth are the nearest league team my grandson can get to. Yeah, fair dues. Someone's down here for... Is it Kyle Joseph that's down for Hull? Who's about to come off? No, it isn't. Oh, is it that's down for Hull? Charlie Hughes. Centre half. If we get top two with Leeds, who wins the playoffs? You'll have to watch. Hey, good. Nice little plug, Matthew. We've now got a video out. How will it finish? So me and Connor go through this. It's out now. And we'll tell you who we think goes down, who we think finishes in the playoffs, who we think finishes top of the league. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. So thank you for that little plug. And I'll tell you there who I think wins the playoffs. And it's different to who Connor thinks. The mountain was so natural on the vid. It certainly was, Bri. He's a top man. Oh, look who's coming on. Ah, all hail John Egan. If you ever go to a pub in Ireland, you have to have a song. And I said to my missus, we're getting promoted and we're going to the Premier League. Go on, Johnny Egan. Oh, what a ledge. What a ledge. I'm happy with that. Let me guess, Sam, Leeds reserves, says he. I'm same with Plymouth, says Sarah. Go on, Johnny Egan. Don't know why. Just really want them to survive. I do love Jack, though. Deserves a medal for the miles he puts in. Come on, Hull. Hold out. Absolutely, Ray. That's why former referee Mike Dean never refed at Tranmere. Yeah, that's true. Bob Young says, what a great weekend, Jimmy. Man United and Sunderland both losing. My birthday tomorrow. And a 3-0 win for Leeds on Monday. Happy days. Hope you have a great day tomorrow, pal. I hope you have a terrible day on Monday. To be honest, in terms of football results. Louis says, would you rather win the league or win the playoffs? We haven't won this league. So I would rather win the league. But usually you would say, if you can guarantee me a win in the playoffs, I don't think there's euphoria quite like it. But I would like to win the league. I'm not going to lie. Another Sunderland free kick, this time really close. I watched that breakdown that your mate did. He did well, Jimmy, but I know he thinks Leeds are going to win. No. Thank you, pal, for watching. Appreciate it. Paul says, Sunderland's got to push on and Joffrey Geldart's going to hit him on the counter. Right result this for Leeds and you lot. All the best Monday night, but not Hamer's hamstring. Fair dues, Paul. Think Leeds might have tired Sunderland out the other night. Eags to score, says Maury. Would love that. Would love that. I hope you're all right, Nick, by the way, that they've tired Sunderland out. Don't look like they're flagging at minute, do they, though? Michael says, might as well check to see if Plymouth have any more bargain basement players for the Blades. Maybe they can become a feeder club for us. Yeah, maybe so. Des Roberts, I don't know if you're related to Des Racky at all. Hi, Leeds fans. Just sub, loving the content. One thing, all the money in the world. Who would you have in Sheffield to make your team better? Offside, thank God. Hull free kick. If you had all the money in the world, who would you have in Sheffield to make your team better? So who would I sign for Sheffield United if we had all the money in the world? So if we had the financial backing of Leeds United, is that what you're saying? So it's got to be a realistic signing. I can't bring a new, Paolo Maldini into the side. I would, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I think we need a quality centre-half. I would love to get a real top-draw centre-half. Harry Souttar, to be honest. Harry Souttar, I'd sign him in this league on a permanent. He makes our team better. Has the light been shone on Sunday dinner meets yet? No, not yet, Jack. Not yet. You have not missed it, pal. Here come Hull. Oh, Puerta. Puerta went for a Ventura and didn't do anything. Whee! Oh, and it's got to be a corner. No! He took a deflection, that cross, and he smashed off the bar. Old Lincoln. And now it's Hull again. Puerta. Puerta again, and he's robbed. Eags. Go on, Eags. Go on, Eags. What a beautiful back pass. Best pass at game. Oh, and it's a terrible touch from Egan. Oh, no. Mayenda should have scored. Eags. Oh, my God. If Hull's manager was in at the beginning of the season, I reckon they could have pushed playoffs this season. Them signing Sunderland made it window obliged to buy Jimmy if they don't go up in trouble money-wise. I don't think they are. I think they're obligated on promotion. So like Enzo Lafie would go back. That's a shocking Irish accent, Jim, worse than your Sunderland. Sorry, pal. Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. What can I say? Oh, we're a save apparently from Miss Petterson. Have you seen the episode of Under the Cosh Blades promotion party at Stoke? It's hilarious. I may have done, David. I may have done. I'm sure I have. Ole, ole, ole. Come on, Eeks. Oh, my word. Hello. Not sure if I'll ever forgive you for that prediction video, though you might have saved yourself with the caveat. Well, you'll have to watch. Don't be, no spoilers. No spoilers. Thought Nipper was going. I know. Me too. Saved it. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I didn't realise. Thought it went off bar. Patterson looks overweight. Egan, what are you doing? Seeing Egan do that for us. Still love him though. Absolutely right, Nick. God bless John Egan. Sunderland just missed a sitter. So that, to be fair, Everton now 2-1 against Man U, says Louis. To be fair, for those sentimental calls that people have been saying, would you take John Egan back? That is a reason why you wouldn't, isn't it? Because we're thinking of John Egan from 3 years ago. He's not the same player, I don't think, unfortunately. If both Leeds and Blades go up, Jimmy, will you and Connor still do battle lines? If we both go up, absolutely, mate. Absolutely, we will. Would you take an Egan back in January alongside Holding? With me football head on, no. No, I wouldn't. But it's easy to say that, isn't it? Suter for the Championship and Hegem for the Premier League from West Brom. Good player. Beat the drop returns. Oh, I hadn't even thought about them boys. I'm still in WhatsApp group with them all, but I ain't even thought about them boys since. I don't think they'll be doing a beat the drop, will they, for Forest? I can't. Oh. Cross that bridge, Paul. Cross that bridge, mate, when we come to it. I might have to talk to them lot again. No, not related. What's the worst if you did not go up? I think. What's the worst that could happen if we didn't go up? Des? I think if we don't go up, we'll lose Gusema, Vinny Souza, and Anel Ahmedhodzic. And I think that's bad news for us. There are 3 of our best players. Regan Slater's coming on. Go on, Regs. So, yeah, obviously we'll get a lot of money in for those and we'll need to rebuild the squad or continue the rebuild of the squad. But that is clearly not good news for us. Matty says, do you think Sharp would ever get a statue outside the lane? Also, do you think Sharp or Wilder deserves a statue more? Oh, interesting question. I couldn't choose between them, to be fair, because you can give really strong arguments for both. You could also, headed clear by Sunderland. But yeah, I'd be happy with either of them or both of them getting a statue, to be honest. I think they're both deserving. So yeah, could happen. Could happen in terms of Billy getting one. Premier battle lines. Got to get there first, don't we, pal? Love beating that blade stick, giving that Connor some banter. Credit to him, he takes it on the chin. Just hope the dummy doesn't get spat if we win Monday night. It could do. It could do. Sentiment has no place in football, so thanks, but no thanks to Egan. Just like one game a season, Brewster. You're lighting the touch paper there, Dublin Blade, aren't you? Have Sunderland lost at home yet, says Matthew? No, they haven't this season, I believe. I couldn't believe that stat either. I'm sure that's what they said at the beginning. But I had the stream going when they said it on the TV, so I'm not sure if I caught it 100% right. Brian says, Billy Sharp, future Blades manager, Jimmy. See, we're back in the realms of sentiment there, aren't we? And I know that we've got the ideal scenario now, and we certainly did have with Wilder as manager and Billy Sharp as captain. But he would have to prove himself to be a really good manager first, wouldn't he, like Chris Wilder did? And Billy won't want to just be offered it either. As in, like, he'd take it, I'm sure, but you've got to earn these opportunities, I think, can't you, to be respected in the right way. Sunderland here now. Get up. Well done. Well done, Egan. Well headed clear. Now, come on, Hull. Get it clear. That's it. Hull trying to break now, but Sunderland recycle it. 78 minutes and 32, 33, 34. Oh, my word. If Burnley don't go up, I will go for a centre-back. Steve's partner is Egan Riley. Yes, he's on a free as well at the end of the season. Patrick Roberts into the box, and it's cleared again by Hull. If we don't go up, says Nick, do you think we go up next season with Leicester, Southampton, and Ipswich in the league? I think it's going to be really difficult, Nick. Really difficult. But the other thing you have to say, though, is we'd have all thought, me included, that Luton would be really strong this year, and they've been terrible. So out of those three, possibly Ipswich if Kieran McKenna goes, then one of them may be very poor as well and sort of take themselves out of the equation. So we'll be a little bit weaker. They'll be stronger coming down. We'll see. Leeds have shown that having a settled side is worth an awful lot, though, aren't they? Is Connor going on Monday, Jimmy? Yes, he is, Dan. He is. He's going in a box. I think Burnley, Sunderland not lost at home. Said last night. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Let's hope that changes today. They're here again, Sunderland. Not far off 80 minutes now. Dennis Sirkin on the left-hand side. Deep cross. Goes right through to Patrick Roberts. And well defended. But it's deep cross into the box. Bellingham misses the target. Free header. He rises above his defender. It's a free header. And he can't hit the target. It's poor. Bob says, met Tony Curry a few years back at Bramall Lane. Told him he was my favourite player as a kid. What colour shirt? He asked. White, I replied. He smiled and said, oh, you in England? Funny guy. He's a Blades legend. A Blades legend. I've got a great story. My dad, I'm going to tell it, Dad. If you're watching, I'm going to tell it. First time my dad met Tony Curry, who was his hero as well. We saw him outside Bramall Lane. And we were stood, I don't know why we were stood, but we were stood where directors go. It was a busy match day. And Tony Curry was just coming out. And my dad sort of didn't know what to do. We were a little bit starstruck. So he sort of tapped him on the shoulder. Tap, 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 tap. But he tapped him like, he must have tapped him 20 times really quickly. Tap, 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 tap. I'm stood next to him. And I'm like, obviously, I never saw Tony Curry play. So while my dad's looking all wide-eyed at this amazing player that he's seen, he's just an ex-player to me at that stage. I was young. And here comes Sunderland. Hume, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Well done. So it's tap, 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 really annoyingly tapping him on the shoulder. Tony Curry turns around like, what? Like, didn't say what, but he was just like, my dad goes, Jim, to me, this is the great man. And walked off. And I'm like a 13-year-old kid. So I said, nice to meet you. Stuck my hand out and shook Tony Curry's hand and went to find my dad because my dad just ran off. And that was so out of character for my dad because he's normally so like cool, calm and collected. But because it was Tony Curry, it was completely awestruck with him. And since that time, he's got on to meet him a few times and now he's bought him drinks and he tries to get in with him and they have a laugh together when they see each other. So he thinks they're best buds now, but and he won't have it either. And next time he comes on stream, he'll give me a right rollicking for telling this tale. But it is the God's truth. I'm telling you now. Tap, 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 tap. Jim, this is the great man. Ran off. I remember telling our Dave about it. He wet himself. They are at the moment unbeaten. Luke says, don't want to rule out Sunderland if they lose this, but hopefully they start to fade away from the race. If we concentrate on ourselves, I think we should be fine, as I thought Burnley were fortunate. I thought Burnley were fortunate as well, Luke, to be honest, but they're very close for us to disregard them, aren't they? As for Sunderland, there were a big shot of handball there and it wasn't given against Hull. Crossed into the box, headed away again by Hull. 83 minutes now and 3, 4, 5. Come on. That Hull side looks so drilled. That new manager's done a right job. Yeah, they are well drilled, aren't they? Let's have a look. Oh, I tell you what, it was handball by Louis Coyle as well. Has Alfie Gilchrist gone back? Sure, someone said he's seen rumours he has. It's a shame if he has. No, he hasn't gone back, as far as I'm aware. He's still part of the squad, but he has had a rough deal, hasn't he? Louis Coyle, well done. Well done, Louis Coyle. Bramall Bob. Nick says, if Billy Sharp is ever to be our manager, he needs to get into the role now, managing a League Two or a Conference League team. Yeah, when he finishes playing, I think that might be next season, maybe, Nick. if he wants to be a manager as well. If he wants to be a manager, I'm sure he'll do something related to the club, whether it's a striker coach or something. Well done, Hull. Oh, that's poor. Deary me. Aren't Leicester due a points deduction when they come down? They could always go in to admin like they did last time, possibly. Sorry, Jack typo, says Bob. Click says Blades need to beat Burnley. That's a bigger game than Monday. Here comes Sunderland. Hume. It's cleared again. We both have breathing space, Jim. Yeah, all right, we'll do your job, Clicks, don't worry. If Alfie G has gone back, that is sad. You can understand why, though. I don't think he has, Jack. I don't think he has. They need to do... I think they need to do heading drills, the Sunderland team. Useless in the air. Yorkshire Carnivore says Sunderland out of the automatics if this result stays. Possibly. They've got to be almost perfect now, aren't they, to end the season if they're gonna get automatics. Des Roberts says, who would you take from Burnley and Sunderland this season if they don't go up? That's a question for you and your watchers. I would take Isidore, all the feet. I think Joe Bellingham's out of the question because of how much interest he's got in him. Same with Chris Rigg. I like a lot of Sunderland's players, to be honest. And I'd take Josh Brownhill from Burnley, even though I don't think we need him necessarily. Also, I really like the look of Marcus Edwards now. But again, I don't think he'll be signing for Sheffield United if he doesn't sign for Burnley, because I think he'll go higher to a more established club. It's going to be a difference on Monday with Farker touchline ban. Don't think so, Dan. They weren't last night with Parker ban, were they? Our Casey got a nice pick with TC. Nice one. That's good. Paul says, have you got a purchase in mind if it goes a bit wrong on Monday? No, I'm not thinking about it. I can't afford them sort of things now, Paul. Unemployed, mate. Unemployed. Tony Curry was great for Leeds as well. Yes, so I hear, Kelv. So I hear. I think we both, Leeds and Sheffield United, need to go up this year. Next year will be so hard with the teams coming down. Ipswich are built to go back up. I agree. Good old words. You could use in the money. You could using a movie. Jim, this was a great man. Oh, this is the great man. It was. This is the great man. Desmond, Man U, 2-2. Interesting. Jimmy, whichever teams are promoted to the Premier League, the gap is so great at the established Premier League clubs, as the Blades and Burnley know too well, that big money has to be spent and recruitment has to be spot on. Agreed. But recruitment has largely been spot on for Sheffield United, hasn't it, this season, for the amount of work we had to do. We've not had many misses, have we? They get away with that handball all day long. They did get away with that, Matt. It was handball. Everton 2-2. Do you think we'll win the playoffs if we drop out of the top two? We've got a terrible record, Lil Bully, so there's nothing that tells me we would do well in the playoffs. Nothing. Isidore, Dennis Sirkin. Don't get him for Harrison Burrows, does he? Burnley Brownhill and Zian Fleming or Egan Riley. Egan Riley's a really good shout. Sunderland have a very tough game next week away at the S6 Minnows. Yeah, true. Sunderland 14 shots, only one on target. Oh dear. Second, Cam could be a business expense. Trey Hume. Pandor saves. Mundell. They're getting pushed further and further back, but it's out wide left again now. Sirkin. And Pandev grabs, I think it's Pandor, whatever it's called, Pandora. Saves, Hull keeper saves. 87 minutes and 34. Could be happening this, you know. Second caravan could be a business expense for a studio on the road. I like your thinking there, Paul. I like your thinking. We have got a caravan for anybody interested in booking at Primrose Valley at Filey. Not as many bookings at the moment, so you know, if anybody's interested, we can probably do a deal for Ramblers. Sunderland falling apart. Not again. That's usually Leeds. Michael says the team that finishes third in the league will win the playoffs over the last few years. The winners of the playoff alternates between the third and fourth place club. Southampton finished fourth, so now it's the turn of the third place team. Question is, I mean, I don't want to ask you that question because that just assumes that Sheffield United are going to be in the top two, and we can't do that. I think 3 of the top 4 get promoted, don't they? 3 of the top 4. Who is most likely to miss out? That's probably the better question to ask. Well done. Goal kick to Hull, and we're on 88 minutes and 33, 34, 35. This is brilliant, by the way. Do you allow pets, Jim? Yes, if you don't tell Mrs. Ramble, we certainly do, Bri. So, no technically, but of course, yes. I'd go for Sirkin, Watson, and Isidore from Sunderland, and that's that Esteve and Brownhill from Burnley. I don't think Esteve or Watson are realistic, really. Let's be right. Or even, well, I don't know. It might be. Sunderland, one of the few clubs unbeaten at home this season in the Championship. Soon to be word. They're all filing out now. Cheerio. Cheerio. If we were to get promoted, how much do you think we would likely have to spend, have a chance of staying up? I'd say around 170 million. There'll be loads of time to think about that, Bully. Loads of time. It's a lot of money. A lot of money is the generic answer, isn't it? But let's get there first. There's no point speculating on who we can buy for what positions or what sort of players we need. Just get us confirmed in them automatics. Ask me in 10 games time, and I'll give you a decent answer. David says, met TC at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane, was wearing a T-shirt with Jesus saves, but Curry nets the rebound. He laughed, saying I should be getting paid for that. Then signed it for me. He's the best ever. My dad agrees. He's our best ever player. He's been voted officially the best ever player, hasn't he? Playoffs are just awful. Hate it, says Rye. Absolutely right. And it's caught by the Hull goalkeeper, Pando. Well done. 6 minutes added time. We're into injury time, but there's 6 minutes added on. Yeah, that keeper is a big lad, better known as Patterson Kenny. If Sunderland, nice, I like that. If Sunderland don't go up, do you think there's a fire sale is on and the manager walks? No, because I think they've recruited smartly, haven't they? I don't think they're on big money. They've just, I think, didn't they confirm Isidore for something like €4 million? So there's, I mean, Lafee probably goes back. Joe Bellingham will likely be sold, but they've not huge expenses, I don't think. They're just a really well-run club at the moment. Here comes Sunderland again. Goal kick. Goal kick. I tell you what, a lot of us, me included, would have taken a draw at half-time. It looks like it's going to be even better, doesn't it? Brilliant. Michael says, is that Sunderland out of the automatics top two if they lose this one? I don't think you write them off completely. But what form they are going to have to show to get back involved. They are going to have to be almost flawless, aren't they? We've got to lose 4 games now for them to catch us, because we've got to lose against Leeds, which is a game in hand. And then they've got to be 9 points better than us over the remaining 12 games. So we've got to lose 4. And I don't think, how many lost? We lost 5 this season, but we've won 22. Sunderland throwing everything they've got now, as you'd expect. It's spent 150 million. Look where they are. Exactly. They will come back a much stronger Championship team, though, won't they? And that's money that they got in that league. So I understand the thought process behind it. Celtic 2-1 down. Good. Saw Tony Curry at the lane wearing an Andy the Blade T-shirt. Wouldn't surprise me these days, to be honest. Dublin Blade. Gelhardt. Puerta. It's a corner. Corner to Hull. Keep it up, Jimmy. The content is coming thick and fast and everyone loves it. Thank you, pal. I really appreciate it. Depends how smart you spend. Tanaka, as an example, is argued with Premier League quality and cost us less than 5 million. I agree, right? So it's those sort of deals. Cooper, I would argue, is the same for us. Harrison Burrows. I don't know whether Callum O'Hare will be able to step up to Premier League level. It's a big ask. But they're smart signings, aren't they? But they're not. They're few and far between. I was saying to Connor on the video we've just done, you've got to spend money to guarantee. It just increases the chances of getting a more quality player, doesn't it? Hull being smart here, keeping it in the corner. Sunderland get it out. Hull recycle it. Sunderland clear. It's a yellow card that all day long. All day long, John Egan wrestles Isidore to ground. Smart. Takes the yellow for the team. Yeah, they're just, Leandri saying experienced Ed. That's true. I bet Sunderland have a few in the youth team that haven't quite made the first team we could look at if we went up. Maybe so, but we've got a strong youth team as well, Josh, haven't we? We really need to think about our goal difference. With 10 behind Burnley, could come down to that. I don't worry about it. I'd rather collect the points than the goals, because... Oh, whistle gone. Free kick to Hull. Love that. Danny Boy says, can you imagine if Leeds and Blades go up in autos and other team apart from Burnley and Sunderland go up? That would be a shocker. It would. Jimmy, you and Connor are developing as a growing double act, says Michael. You both have great chemistry. It would be good if the Blades and the Weeds both get promotion so you can continue the banter next season. Man of the match, Mazatoma. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Luke says, if we go up, I don't think spending all our money on championship players is the best idea. I agree with that. We've seen it with Ipswich and it looks like they're going back down. However, we'll probably go straight back up. Time check, Jimmy. It is 94 minutes of the 6 added and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds. Egan playing Gaelic football. Yeah, it looks like it, David. The theory is correct that Ipswich will come down a stronger team, says Great Bants. But we said that with Luton. Absolutely right, and a great point. Took us 2 seasons to get re-promoted with Eke. Nothing is guaranteed. There was the Slav conversation in there, though, wasn't there, where we completely changed our way of playing for half a season and handicapped ourselves for the first half of the first season back. Well done, Hull. Well done. Well done, and they're coming away again, running to the corner. Lincoln now. But for us today, it's an absolutely fantastic result. And regarding yesterday, you made me hate you more, Owls. Oh, why did he have a shot there? Just take it into the corner. David Webb is the referee for our game on Monday. Derby County losing at home to Millwall is the latest from Michael. Well done, Joe Geldart, says Barry. Absolutely right. And it's way out of play from Sunderland. 95 minutes on the clock, 23-24, and it's a Hull throw-in down the right-hand side. Sunderland fans, cheerio, cheerio. They're all walking out now. Hey, Mona. Ooh, Mona. Des says, I think if we don't go up, it'll be even harder next season with the 3 coming down. Completely agree. Completely agree. We have to remember Ipswich were in a different position. They had to build a whole new team. Have you been watching our predictions video? Yes, I completely agree, Louis. There was still a team overperforming, most still from League One. Here comes Sunderland again, crossed into the box. Oh! Wrong side of the far post from Patrick Robertson. That's got to be it. It is! Get in! Yes, great result. Great result for Sheffield United. Great result for Leeds. Great result for Burnley. So, well played, Hull. Love that. Love that. And they're celebrating as they should. Rotherham lost again, says Danny Morey, saying yes. Great result, says Matt. Brilliant result and great watch along, Jimmy. Thank you, David. Lafie's face said it all. It certainly did. Cheers, Jimmy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and send Mrs. Ramble out to fetch the takeaway later. Oh, yes, Ian. You know that's happening, pal. Get in, says Louis. Nice one, says Sarah. Great result, says Bri. Thanks, Jimmy, as ever. Up the Ramble. Top man. Top man. Hey up, Jim Bob, says Mike. Hey up, Mike. How you doing, pal? See you Monday. See you Monday, Leeds, boys and girls. So that is great for us. So that leaves Sunderland 8 points behind us on 62 points. We're on 70, and they've played a game more. Sunderland supporters are booing. How ridiculous. I wanted a Sunderland win, says Joe. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Great Band says, any latest regarding Solomon, Moore and Hamer? I would expect Hamer to be involved. I think Moore might be on the bench. Also, Arblaster back on the grass. Could March see him on the bench? Yes, it could, mate. I don't know about Solomon. I don't know whether it's mind games or what. Des says, thanks. Keep up the good work. See you Monday, pal, says Mike. Did you enjoy your takeaway last night? Lol. Don't, Matthew. Don't. Well, that's Connor's prediction of Leeds and Sunderland going up in the autos, gone up the Swanee. You'll have to watch and find out if that's what he said. You'll have to wait and see. Good result for both of us. Yes, says Clicks. Another great watch along, Jimmy. Great result. Thank you, Paul. Thanks, Jim. Most appreciated, says Tom. Thank you, pal. Right. If we fail to go up, which still wouldn't shock me, who would you take? Oh, if Leeds failed to go up, who would you take? At the moment, and this might sound daft because none of us had said it at the beginning of the season, Dan James. I'll take Dan James off you. I don't think we'd get near anybody like Tanaka. I think we're stocked in centre midfield anyway, but I don't think we get anywhere near like your top end players because I think they go higher. But I think in terms of realistic signings, Dan James, I'd love to have at Sheffield United for the system we play at the minute. Goodbye, Sunderland, says FV White. See you after Monday. You will, pal. You'll definitely see me. I think Ipswich's strategy is the safe bet. They were way ahead of schedule in terms of promotion, says Jack. I agree. Bring on the weeds, says Paul. Maury says, enjoyed this watch along, up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that's joined me tonight. We've got 461 of you here on our second channel. It's quite overwhelming at times, all this. What about Ampadu, Jimmy? What about him? What about him? No, thank you. Got to be Dan James. He's on fire. He is. Their defence is terrified. Good result. Now let's enjoy the weekend now and look forward to Monday night. Up all the Rambles, up the Blades, says Kieran. Like and subscribe, Blades. Thank you, pal. Get Somerville from West Ham if we went up on loan. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there, Dan. Good luck in the playoffs, Sunderland, says Matty. Oh, harsh Sunderland player looking shell-shocked. Des says, I like a win, but a draw on Monday is okay with me. Any more lives today, Jim? No, I don't think so, pal. I don't think so. Nothing planned now until Tuesday. 90 after 90 on Tuesday. I may go live Monday night, depending on what's happening. I'm meeting Connor before the game. Might meet after, depending on what happens. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to everyone for joining me. Come on, you red and white wizards. 3-horse race. 3-horse race now. Up there, boys!